Okay, in this second video on volumes, areas and perimeters, we're going to be looking at volumes and sort of surface areas of spheres, cones, and I guess prisms. So this is the question. I found it from a past exam, and this kind of highlights some of the types of questions you might get. So we have a cylinder, which is also a prism, and a sphere. Okay, we've got some lengths given, and essentially the question is, how many, if the cylinder is made of metal, okay, and we could melt down the cylinder, how many spheres could we make? So how many spheres can we make from the cylinder? So the way this is going to work, you're going to want to find the volume of the cylinder, the volume of the sphere, and then work it out from there. Now actually, on your notes, you can see basically everything you need to answer the question. So at some point as I'm talking, you should really pause the video and try and attempt some of the questions yourself. Okay, so just writing the question, how many spheres can you make from the cylinder? Okay, let's go. So the volume of the cylinder. The cylinder is a prism, okay? So we can take the area of the circle and multiply it by the length. So that's what you would do with any prism. You would take the area of the cross-section, in this case it's a circle, and multiply it by its length. This formula, well, guess where you find it? It's in the formula booklet or in the front page of your exam. Okay, the formula for volume of a cylinder is pi r squared times h, where h is the length of the cylinder. Okay, now in the question, r is 5, so it's pi times 5 squared, and h is 18. Okay, when you do this, you get pi times 25 times 18, which is 450 pi. Okay, you could put this in your calculator and get an answer which you round to decimal places if you want. Next, you need to know the volume of sphere. Surprise, surprise, you find this in the formula booklet. In the formula booklet, it says that the volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cubed. Fantastic. R in this question is 2 centimeters. The radius of that sphere is 2 centimeters. So it's 4/3 times pi times 2 cubed. 2 cubed is 8. Multiply it together, and you end up with 4 times pi times 8 is 32 pi divided by 3. Okay. You could put this in your calculator, and you would get a decimal answer again. So the question is, how many spheres can you make from the cylinder? So how many? So really, think about what calculation you might do. Well, it's the volume of the cylinder divided by the volume of the sphere. That will give you the number of spheres that can fit inside the cylinder. So it's 450 pi divided by 32 pi over 3. Do this in your calculator, and you get 42.1875. So that means you can make 42 spheres. Okay? You can't make 0.1 of a sphere. You can make 42 spheres from the cylinder. So that's a question from a past paper. You can see how it's effectively free marks, because all you have to do is look up the formula in the formula book. The maths isn't that hard. Okay, next. So we've got this question. It's a cone question. Okay, so straight away you're thinking, oh, it's a cone. I need to go look up the formulas in the formula book. Okay, so it tells you in the question, the curved surface is 204 centimeters squared. The curved surface is not the base, it's the curved surface. That's what the curved surface is. So that's the area of the curved surface. Okay, so it wants you to find the height of the cone. To find the formula for the area of the curved surface, as I said, you look in the formula booklet. If you look in the formula booklet, it will say the curved surface is equal to pi times r times l, where this thing, which is labelled on your diagram, is l, the length of the side of the cone. Okay? So pi times r times l, well, in this question it's 204.2. Okay? What do we know? We know r. So we know it's 5 times pi times l is 204.2. So that means l is 204.2 divided by 5 pi. If you do that in your calculator, you get 13 to 3 significant figures. It's not quite 13, but it's almost 13. Okay? Right, now, to finish this question, we need to find the height. Now, if you look at the triangle I've just drawn, it's a right-angled triangle. Okay? we know the height, we know that that length is 5, and we know that L, we know that that is now 13. Right angle triangle, and you're thinking, use Pythagoras. So we know that 13 squared, that's the hypotenuse. Take away 5 squared is going to be equal to h squared. 13 squared take away 5 squared is 144. So h is equal to 12. So that is how to do this question. You find the formula from the formula booklet, and you use that formula in the correct way to find the final answer. Now, some of the questions can get more challenging than this, but really you just need to find the formulae from the formula page in your exam. Okay?